You know those things that seem amazing as a kid, but when you have them as an adult, they kind of suck? Well, this ain't one of them. Tomato soup and grilled cheese are a magical combination. Now, we're gonna transform this into something that looks really nice on a plate, but we ain't gonna mess with it much, because if it ain't broken, why fix it? Do you know what the secret is to a really good, amazing tomato soup? Roasting the crap out of your tomatoes, like borderline almost like burning them, and that will just develop so much flavor and will really elevate this soup into something way more sophisticated and deep in flavor. Tomatoes during this time of the year are so good. You got to take advantage. This is the perfect place to use those tomatoes that are maybe a bit squishy or bruised or just don't look great. It's just like the awkward person at the edge of the school dance. They're still beautiful on the inside. Well, maybe they're not beautiful, but they still taste good. And after you roast and blend them, you won't be able to tell the difference. Cut your tomatoes in half, rough chop your onion, peel garlic, then do your best Hulk impression and smash. Lightly coat all of it in a touch of olive oil, top with thyme, and you can even throw on the vine from the tomato in the hopes that a little bit of flavor might leach. Throw your tray full of veggies into a 450-degree oven and roast the crap out of it. When your tomatoes are all roasty toasty, the onions have a bit of color. Use your most favoriteest blue tweezers that are sadly starting to lose their color. Pick out the thyme and tomato vines, then discard them like an Oompa Loompa that has found a bad egg. Add your roasted veggies to an appropriate sized pot, along with a tablespoon of tomato paste and a generous cup of white wine. Season with salt, pepper, and chili flakes. Bring to a boil, then reduce to a simmer and allow to cook for 15 to 20 minutes. Add a cup of heavy cream, a few basil leaves, thin out as necessary with veggie stock, and blend. This step is a bit extra, but if you have more than one blender full, it'll make your life so much easier. Stick blend, taste, adjust the seasonings, and thin with stock as necessary. This will make sure that each blenderful is seasoned evenly and has a consistent thickness. Blend with a powerful blender until smooth, transfer to an appropriate container, repeat with the remaining soup, then cool completely. That's it, the prep is done. Wicked easy. Remember, you can make this from start to finish, but you can also go through the prep steps of any of my recipes, store it, then fire each of them off when you are ready. It makes it wicked easy to build a multi-course meal. Might I suggest my tomato and burrata salad as a possible pairing to go with this? So, if there's any kind of food you would like to see in a, let me know down below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos, like next time, where I turn my favorite beverage into a donut. Please feel free to guess away as to what that is. To fire this, we're going to warm up our soup in a small pot. If necessary, thin out the soup with a little bit of milk or stock. The soup should be thick enough that if you take a spoonful and drip it back in, you can see a line from where you poured the soup in for a half second, then it disappears. If that line stays, then your soup is too thick. Now let's make a traditional grilled cheese. Yep, we're using American. Sure, there are cheeses that are actually cheese, but this has a wonderful gooiness and it makes me think of my childhood. No shame. Coat the outside of your bread in a small amount of butter, then in a pan with low heat, melt a little bit more butter and put your sandwich in. Don't be afraid to add more butter while toasting. Flip and toast on the other side. If you under toasted the first side like I did, don't be afraid to add more butter, flip it again, and toast it until it is done. When your soup is hot, your grilled cheese is crispy and golden brown on the outside, gooey on the inside. Cut your grilled cheese into bite-sized pieces. If things are a little sloppy on your cutting board, no worries. Pour an appropriate amount of soup into each bowl, then make a small pile of about a half grilled cheese in the middle of each bowl. Optionally, top with some thinly sliced basil pieces. See my tomato and burrata salad video to see the proper way to cut the basil. Pour in a little bit of olive oil around the soup, and finally, enjoy. The soup punches you in the mouth with the taste of roasted tomatoes, but it's also nuanced with spice, a little bit of richness from the cream, and has a hint of herby goodness. A perfect partner for a gooey grilled cheese. This captures all the joy of the only worthwhile meal from your high school cafeteria, but is seriously upgraded and is served in an unnecessarily fancy way. This is wicked simple to make. Give it a shot. Let me know how it turns out. You'll see that making a soup like this yourself, while not really difficult, results in a far superior product. If you're still here, give the video a like and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on a donut that balances out sweet with a little bit of tang. No, not the drink powder, but good guess. God damn. It's like